Hi, this is Matt Muren with St. Louis Real Estate Advisors, and I am here with one of my favorite loan officers, Chris. Chris, for the public, for the audience, for the people watching this, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am Chris Gilliam with Carrollton Bank here in beautiful downtown Clayton, Missouri. I've been with Carrollton for 3 years, been working with Matt for 5 years, and I'm happy to be here today.
No, and Chris, I've used you for all my personal loans. You do an outstanding job, and where a lot of this came from was we were talking about the idea about what would be a good medium or a good way that we could share these important news as it applies to the lending and real estate world, and we thought social media and this video would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, and thank you for having me be a part of it. Happy to be here.
All right, so right out of the gate, big news. I feel in a lot of our meetings, initial part of every conversation we have, rates. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you get that all the time from people. What are rates? What's going on? So what's going on are you seeing right now in the lending world?
Well, that's a great question. So rates had been at historical lows most of the year, but the last couple of months they dropped even more so. So our purchase activity in general has exploded, as well as refinance activity, which has also exploded. So it's busy right now. To give you some context, 30-year fixed interest rates are hovering in the mid threes, 15-year fixed interest rates are hovering in the low threes, and in some instances, the high twos. So there are a lot of buyers out there. There are a lot of folks out there currently in mortgages who are looking to take advantage of these great rates.
Yeah, and there, you and I were talking earlier. There are probably some people who refinanced 4 or 5 years ago on their 30-year loan and think they're fine.
Right.
We just refinanced,
right.
But they could be losing out on a significant amount of money right now just by having a conversation with you.
No, that's true. There's a couple that I've been working with for years who just reached out, and we were able to lower their current mortgage from 5% down to 3.5%. It's going to save them thousands moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's such an easy, basic thing that, most people don't realize that they can just give you a call or shoot you an email. Mm-hmm. And this isn't a long, complex thing. This is a fairly easy conversation to have.
It is. It's fluid. There are a number of ways that we can go about it if they're interested. I love having people come into the office. I love building the relationship, but if they'd like, they can fill out an application online with my website here at the bank. They can give me a call. It's seamless. It's fluid. And really, we can set it up to keep it as convenient as possible for them.
Yeah. And there was, as I was doing my email scroll through the other day, I think it was last week, I saw a pretty big jaw-dropping. For those of us in real estate, it was a pretty big jaw-dropping announcement. What happened last week in the lending world in terms of this announcement?
Yeah, so the Federal Housing Administration recently put out a statement that they are going to relax and rework their condo approval policy. They're going to scale it back. So this is big for buyers looking for condominiums, not only locally but nationally. So if buyers out there, you had identified a condo in a development or a building, a project that was not on the HUD approval list, it reduced the type of financing that you could get. And in some cases, it relegated you to being a cash buyer, which is not practical for most people. What this does is it allows for FHA to actually, so they can take the development, which is not on the approved list, and they can issue a spot approval on the unit, allowing you to get FHA financing and putting down as little as 3.5% and taking advantage of these interest rates that we currently have. So it's a win-win for buyers. It's a win-win for sellers. This is a good thing all around for the condo community.
I mean, we sell, obviously a lot of lofts downtown and condos in the Central West End. And, it's a common question when we're looking at properties. I'd give you a call and say, is this building on the approved list? And now not to have to worry about that. My gosh, if I'm a seller or an owner of a loft, this is huge.
I know. I've had a number of buyers over the last few years who've struggled with that. They found a unit that they like. It's in a part of town that they want to live, but the community is not on the approved list, and they just don't have 20 to 30%, or they're just not cash buyers, and so they have to move on. So it's a game changer.
Yeah. So hopefully, we want to keep this simple, concise. Hopefully, this is something that our audience can continue to see on a regular basis. But importantly, if a person needed to reach out to you, again, what is the best way they can get a hold of you today?
It's easy. They can pick up the phone. They can call me. My direct line is 314-655-3857. They can send me an email. It's my name, Chris Gilliam at carrolltonbanking.com. they can go to my webpage with the bank, which is carrolltonbanking.com/Chris Gilliam, if they'd like to begin the application process. However they'd like to go about it, I'm happy to help. And happy to take questions and talk about all these great changes in the industry, how low the rates are in this condo policy. Again, it's going to be a game changer.
Really great. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt.
All right.
All right.
Take care, everybody.